actually got a call back from, it was one of the representatives down here, and they kind of explained to me what they had to offer. I didn't really know what to expect whenever I actually did get back, or when I was contacted, but they told me that it was going to be down in Fort Myers, that it was waterfront. They did tell me that it was dual diagnosis, that it was mental health, and it was also addiction, so that was definitely really appealing. And whenever I got down here, it was very accommodating. It's a good experience. I'd been to treatment a couple times before. What really brought me in this time was the fact that I knew that I needed to focus on what was going to happen in the future, and I knew that I wasn't really in a state to do it at the point. Mentally, I just was kind of spread too thin in a lot of different things. Really lost kind of focus on what it was that I was trying to do and what I was trying to achieve. And there was a newfound freedom. I came down because I wanted to come down, not because I needed, or not because I had to. I knew that if I was going to relocate, that there was some things, some loose ends that I needed to take care of before I did that. And I knew that coming down here would be the best decision to get my head right before I actually committed myself to something like that. They've been really accommodating the entire time, all the way through. Whenever I got here, I was met with open arms. And the reason that I stayed for the extended period of time is because I realized really quickly that there wasn't really a checkered flag that I was working towards. I had hurdles that I needed to go over, and I knew that it was something that was going to take time. I also knew that they were going to provide the service that I needed, and if I tried to rush through it, that chances are that I'd probably find myself going through a similar situation later on down the road. When they did offer me the opportunity to relocate, I kind of entertained the idea of sober living, and I didn't really know if it was going to be for me. The staff there knew that I was interested in staying in Florida, and they also know the field that I was in. They did pull me aside. They did offer me the opportunity to come down here, and they were testing out new waters, but they knew that it would benefit me in the future. And like I said, the entire time, I felt like they were not only looking out for my best interest, but what was going to benefit me down the road. And coming down here, a lot of different doors have opened in a really short period of time, and it's given me a chance to kind of set up a foundation before I go out and get started. It's a lot more personable, I'll be honest with you. Coming in, I think that it's human nature to be hesitant. That you're going to come in and that you're going to be vulnerable, but everyone, the entire staff, even, the peers, the people that I was around, the dynamic was different than what I was expecting. A lot of good conversations, a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life. The reason that I think everything went so smoothly is because there weren't a lot of things that were ever sugar-coated. It's a situation to where you came in and I knew that I was coming here to get better, and I think that because I had the drive to do it, they had the drive to help me do it, to get me to where I wanted to be, and to help me succeed through it. First impression upon arrival, there's, a big river in the background. It's definitely aesthetically pleasing. It's not like we were stuck in the middle or anything like that, in the middle of a big city. It was extremely tranquil, and starting and going through a detox there, and then kind of tapering down. It kind of took away from all the chaos, being in a place that was tranquil, being in a place that you could actually sit down and relax and kind of just take in what was going on around you. Coming in, I had pretty high expectations for myself, and I knew that this was going to be a program that was going to help me get to where I wanted to be. Coming in, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know what to expect. But the moment that, I literally was sitting in the airport, and the moment that I got picked up and was on my way in there, I knew that I was going where I needed to be. Everything was good though. The accommodations were really good. Anytime that I ever had a question or was unsure about anything, they were quick to respond, or if I ever needed anything special or anything else like that, if it was something that was within their power of doing, they definitely were on the ball. It exceeded my expectations in a lot of different ways, actually. Going through the actual process itself, just the content of the groups and the content of what we're doing on a daily basis, the schedule and everything else like that. Everything, it made it easy. And I don't mean that because I wasn't challenged. I mean because it just was all directly in line. They made it very clear in the first couple days that, what we needed to do, when we needed to be where, and just the entire setting, the entire situation. It was really, accommodating is a good word, but to be honest with you, I mean, it was almost like you could tell that they cared about every single person that was there. The residents, I can be honest with you, the first day that I got there, my roommate, and that's a guy, I didn't come down here expecting to make friends. Everyone was friendly, but I don't know, I felt like I was really compatible with the person that I actually stayed with, and it's someone that, I mean, he's been gone for a while now, and we still talk a couple times a week. But the accommodations themselves, I mean, waking up in the morning, food was good, portions were good. The actual place itself, I mean, it's right on the Caloosahatchee River. It was aesthetically pleasing. It was almost like a resort. Therapists were really good. There's a couple of them that, I would like to stay in contact with. The therapists were extremely personable. There's definitely a few that I got a lot closer with than I anticipated. A lot of side conversations, obviously you're running a group with a lot of people in there, and then to know that throughout the day you're getting pulled off to the side. Whenever you chimed in on something, it wasn't going in one ear out the other. They remembered, and they would pull you off to the side and talk to you about different things that were going on consistently. Group therapy, I felt like it was really good because they split it off into different levels of care. There was a lot of people there. There was people that were in different stages throughout the program, and they did a really good job of separating us out so that we weren't taking in. Being part of a group is helping the person behind you. That's one thing that they tell everyone. But being able to actually continue to move forward, and I never felt like I ever plateaued off. I will say that Mark was my favorite therapist, but it wasn't even just the fact that it wasn't him being a therapist. He was extremely personal. I mean, he came in, I was there through the holidays, and he came in on Thanksgiving and on Christmas Eve just to hang out, He was extremely personable, and yeah, I'm very partial to Mark. Definitely, first thing in the morning, we're up and at 'em. It's a little bit different here than it was coming in. I mean, once you actually get to the classes and stuff like that, everyone here is always in a really good mood when you get here. You can tell that everyone here really likes the job. Super upbeat. The facility here is definitely beyond what I expected whenever we came down. Sovereign did really well. They made it personable. Any questions that I had, any requests that I had, anything that I needed, it was always done quickly. They really the entire time, a lot of things have been individualized, and that's hard to do with a big group of people, but coming down here, they're constantly asking for feedback. They're constantly asking what it is that they can do to improve. You can tell that they take a lot of pride in the service that they provide here. The fact that they really gave me an opportunity to get exactly where I wanted to go in life in general, and the opportunities that I was presented just in the entire relocation process and everything else like that, they literally went the extra mile in every single aspect in order to make sure that getting down here, it's crazy to even think about. I've wanted to do this for a while, and I've been in the same field for an extended period of time. It's more prevalent down here, but it was a good fit down here, and they made sure coming down that it was exactly what I was looking for. If I had to tell someone about how the program was down here, probably the first thing that I would say is that if there's any question in your mind on whether or not it's something that you need to do, that the benefits of coming down here, they're going to stay with you. Not only that, but I mean, long term, I regained a confidence that I hadn't had in a long time. Keep an open mind.